birthday, Parry Bennett. Ooh, a little mix-up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. You know the deal. 4 wines, taste them, share, hang out with the monster, have a message, wear a wristband, love the Jets, do my thing. And that's exactly what I plan on doing today in the midst of our biggest sale of the year, complete insanity going on right now. Link up the sale for anybody who doesn't know what's going on here at the Wine Lib. And we are focusing on recession / depression / 800-point Wall Street drops / nobody can get any credit / all that jazz that's making everybody sad. People want to drink some wine and maybe get a little happy, but we're looking for value wine, quality wine at great prices. And today we have a 10, 9, 11, and 12.50 price point on 4 wines, all of which are scored 90 points or higher by major wine press. So I'm really digging. I think I'm going to be like, Captain Value for a couple weeks here, Mott. Maybe just to help the maniacs through these tougher times, looking for value, giving you lists for you to go to your local stores and find wine value. So before we get into that, something that might not be considered a value, you might recall 2 days ago, we tasted this $93 Burgundy wine. We have decanted it for 48 hours. Mott, you can show them. It's at the level that we marked the other day. Really excited. As a matter of fact, it looks a little lower, and I wonder if it's like evaporated a little bit. No, it's actually, if you notice, this spot right here, Mott, was the actual spot, if you remember. Anyway, so 48 hours, not touched. Let's pour a little bit. We were very curious. Mott, let's link up the episode from the other day for anybody who's new or didn't catch it. You can watch the part where I reviewed this wine and basically couldn't score it. By the way, the nose is coming through quite a bit more right off the bat. Couldn't really score it because it was so tight, but I'll tell you right now, on the nose, we're already seeing a considerable difference. I get a cola kind of component coming through on the nose that I like quite a bit. Some like cola, I get a little bit of like chalk dust coming through, not because of chalkboard. A little greenness coming through as well. A little cocoa, chocolate, mocha, green pepper / Coca-Cola action on the nose, which I'm finding quite interesting. Let's give it a whirl. It's opened up considerably. I'm getting a lot of cherry fruit and strawberries, a lot of red fruit. Still very tight on the tannins, and I almost get like tea leaf component on the flavor profile on the mid palate. It ends very fresh with great length. This wine has a lot of potential, and it's nice to see it open up a little bit from its complete angst and anger and tightness from 2 days ago. It's got a little hint of cinnamon stick on the back end. By the way, Mott, if you've never had cinnamon stick, gnaw a little cinnamon stick, delicious. Anyway, solid bottle of Burgundy. I like it quite a bit. This is a very nice wine 2 days later. To me right now, it's scoring a 91+ point wine. I like it quite a bit. Not as much, if you remember, as the $44 funky wine, but that's my palate. I have a feeling there's a lot of people that would prefer this style. It's a very solid wine. I probably wouldn't pay the price point for it, but it still has a lot of potential and could look like a value in 5 to 10 years when it's drinking perfectly. Tough to say $100 is a value, but you know what I mean, Mott. Little rinse. I like to do this. It's like a fake taste when I go from one serious red, and then I've done this in the past, and just like a little fake taste, just to coat the palate. I've got to do it. By the way, probably a thing I've been emailed about more than anything. A lot of fans of the baseball card pack. A couple people that are bothered by it. I apologize. We'll keep it tight. We try to. It's just a minute in the whole scheme of things, Mott. I appreciate Mott's got my back. 91 upper deck, and Mott right into the checklist. I mean, how about that? I hated the checklist, by the way. Just an absolutely terrible card. Anyway, Brooke Jacoby, I remember him. Dave Schmidt, barely. Glenn Bragg's pretty cool. Is this Carlton Fisk? Carlton Fisk, a White Sox checklist. This is absurd. 3rd day in a row. It's a Braves hologram. Are these all Braves hologram? Uh-oh. Look at this. Mr. David Wells. A young, much thinner, much more hair, David Wells, big guy here in New York. Pat Combs, he was a bust. Domingo Ramos, a Cub that I've never heard of. Marty Clary, don't remember him. Tommy Herr, great Cardinal at one point as a Met. Alfredo Griffin, remember him. Dave Magadan, There's a Met for the East Coasters. Steve Frey, don't really remember him. Eric Gunderson, don't really remember him. And Jim DeJesus, I remember him a little bit. Little picture there for the kids. Let's move on. Little rinse. Let's get into the action. Always fun to look at a little baseball card. Dave Magadan. Haven't thought about that name in a long time. I'm going to 2 all-time classic scored Wine Library TV wines. Both scored over 90 in prior vintages. This was our big Labor Day push from like 2 Labor Days ago. And this pillar box was one of the wines we did on a Laid Back Friday episode that became a cult classic. Probably one of the wines that most people email me about saying, thank you, I found it, I loved it. So I'm excited about trying new vintages from them. This is the 07 Montenovo Godello, which is a very interesting white grape varietal from Spain. Really originally and mainly in the Galicia area of Spain, but has been making much more noise in Berzo and Valdesil lately. But really a Galician Godello white, crisp white wine, $10, 90 points, J. Miller. And these vineyards are located in the northwestern corner of Spain. So very interesting varietal to me. I've been a big fan of this wine in a prior vintage. Very excited about trying this wine. 10 bones. Let's see what's going on here. Great little color. There you go. You like that, Mott? Great little color. Pale straw action going on. Let's give it a sniffy sniff because that's what we do on the Thunder Show. Gorgeous nose, just very fresh. Lemon peel coming through. I get passion fruit, which I like quite a bit. Yeah, quite a nice passion fruit. There's a little smokiness too here, like a pipe. More so, like a little bit of like like sweet tobacco in a pipe. Or what are those cigarettes that have the filter and they're like brown? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like it's like sweet, right? Like it's a brown cigar type thing, and it's got like a white tip, like a plastic tip. People, no, I bet you some of the Ustream people know. Come follow me over here, Maniacs, because I don't remember. I know that you guys are yelling at the camera right now. Anybody help me here? Black and mild. They're coming through. This is why I like the Ustream people watching live. If you don't know Mott, link that up. And it's always in the top right corner if I'm live on Ustream on Wine Library TV. So if you're not on WineLibraryTV.com and you're kicking it right now on Hulu or on an iPod, like more and more of you are every day, come to WineLibraryTV.com, top right corner. You can catch me live, normally around this time of day. Anyway, black and mild, thank you, Ustreamers. This has a very interesting black and mild component coming through on the nose with that fruit, passion fruit, little citrus action. Let's give it a whirl. Almost choked there. These guys are knocking it out of the park. Tommy Hirsch style. Sorry. Really big fruit, very smooth, delicious. Mott, I think you should try this. I think this is going to be really up your alley. I get really fresh peach juice components on the mid palate, tail end with still a lot of passion fruit, a little hint of residual sugar on the back end. I'm going with Mott, gonna like this. We'll see. Nice acid. Mott, talk to me. A little too dry for you still? You like it a hair sweeter normally? Where are you at?
No, I do like the bitterness of the acid.
You do?
Yeah.
You like this?
Yeah.
A little hot again? I understand. You wouldn't buy most wines, but...
That's true.
Right?
No, it's not hot.
Okay, so for $10, what do you think?
I like the finish.
It's good, right? I also agree with Mott. Mott maybe should take over. Mott, you know what? Let's get in here. Let's reverse roles just for a second. I mean, the bottom line is you're rocking it out. That was a great comment. I agree. A very good finish. The wine comes through with big complexities, nice acid. I'm still tasting it on the finish. It's a clever little character.
Very good.
Yeah, I like it, right?
Yeah, it's real good.
What else do you have to say about it?
Oh, the pressure.
We'll switch roles again. But clearly, a wine that I think is going to hit a lot of palates from an experienced palate to somebody who's just more or less getting into wine. To me, this wine has a lot of character, a lot of fruit, a lot of complexities. I'm quite surprised. I might almost even like it better than last year's. I'm really high on this. I think J. Miller rocked it out. I'm going to go 91 points and go a point higher than him. This, my friends, is a major play for a white wine drinker. I'm convinced that if you're drinking Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, Albariño from Spain, any other kind of characters, I'm very curious to get people to try this wine. This is very good. Good job, Jay Miller. Really rocked it out with the score. I agree. Let's move on. A little rinse. Moving into Riesling land. Excited about this wine. Gorgeous package. Milbrandt, 2006 Washington State Riesling from Columbia. 90 points wine enthusiast. $9. Jerry and Butch Milbrandt, who I met Butch in Washington when I was Taste of Washington. They have they're amazing vineyard managers, and they're doing some of the stuff on their own label. Riesling, hot, excited. People are really into it these days. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Riesling-esque. You know, I get a little flintiness, a little bluestone coming through, a little petrol, but a little bit condensed, a little tighter on the nose than a lot of Rieslings. Very interesting little wine. Good fruit. I get a little stone fruit kind of thing going on. Dried apricots I get, which are quite nice. Very interesting. Good little nose. Nice aromatic. Not too crazy, though. Not as exciting as the Montenovo. Let's give it a whirl. Very Riesling-y. Again, good petrol. Nice acidity. Very basic, though. Very entry level. Not that much pizzazz. You know, just a good blueprint. Solid. I have a feeling the vineyard site for this is not incredible. I mean, it doesn't feel like these grapes aren't working in my mouth. I don't know. It just kind of feels like, here you go. I mean, you know, it's like the difference between eating a steak at a run-of-the-mill restaurant and eating a steak at a steakhouse. They're both steak, but you know what I mean? You can just taste the difference, the quality in your mouth. Even though they're both steak, they both taste the same. I like that Mock shaking. You don't normally shake your head so much. I think hopefully that was a good analogy and good connection. I really feel that in this effort. I think it's fine. Oh, I want to give them credit because I always appreciate good packaging. Mott, take a look over here. You see it says tear. I guess you can just tear this. Good packaging, but tough execution. But no, I guess they probably had to make it adhesive there. It's pretty cool. And I think what's smart about this is you just take this and then you know what you bought. So if you're at a restaurant or you're at a friend's house, you don't have to write it down. You just take this little sucker and you know you're supposed to, you know. Anyway, 85 points on this wine. Standards. Oh, Mott! Incredible work. Man, I've not scored something in 85 in a long time. That was great work. Mott remembered every time in 85, Wesley Walker gets some play. By the way, blind in one eye. An amazing receiver. I mean, he was really good. Anyway, 85 points, solid stuff, 9 bones, not going to scare you. You should try it if you've never had a Riesling. It's a good entry price point. You can't find a lot of Rieslings any lower than this. So it's fine. It's fine, but not great. Let's move on. Did I mention the wristband that we're going to be letting them know? Monday. I'm almost positive that Monday, Tuesday, no, that's not true. Wednesday or Thursday of next week, everybody in the Vayner Nation is going to get a chance to get the Vayner Nation wristband. We'll get into details with that very shortly. Pillar Box, 2006 red, 91 points J. Miller, 50% Shiraz, 42% Cabernet, and 8% Merlot from Pathaway. Very good region in Australia, producing high-quality, value-driven wines, in my opinion. A lot of products have come from that area that I've been a big fan of in the past. Let's swirl. Let's sniffy sniff. Let's love each other. Can we? Good fruit. It smells a little fake, a little bit more than I remember last time. It worries me a hair, but good black fruit coming through on the nose. Nice little, little tar bubble action, which I like quite a bit. A little bit of like sticks, like just sticks. You know, they pick a bunch of sticks and to start a fire, get a little stick action in the woods. Blackberry currant, are coming through, very jammy on the nose. Especially when you give it a big sniff. Yeah, you can really get the blackberry jam. Let's give it a whirl. Good focused fruit again. These guys really know how to pack a bunch of flavor into, a small bag. Like 10 pounds of berries in a 1 pound bag. You know what I mean? But that's nice. Good flavor profile, good finish. Solid wine. Doesn't have the pizzazz factor last wine had in my recollection memory. It doesn't have as much second-tier flavor profile as I like, but it's very fruity, very smooth, good tannin structure. a little short on the finish, where I remember last time it being a little bit longer on the finish. But good stuff nonetheless. I think Jay got a little excited on this wine. Maybe the fruit overpowered him a little more than it's overpowering me. Little residual raisiny action, which is kind of neat. I thought of spring water. I don't even know what that means, but that came to mind. Anyway, solid stuff. Chris Ringland is the consulting winemaker. He's a superstar in Australia. Good job. Nothing crazy. I'm going to go 87 plus on this effort. Good wine. 11 bones. I'm going to probably pass. Good stuff, but not something I can really wrap my head around. Definitely disappointing from the Montenovo standpoint. We've definitely taken a little bit of a dip with the last two wines. To me, I'm really excited about this challenge of trying to find you great wines under 13 bucks. That's kind of my play for a little while here, Mott. 13 being an unlucky number. We're going to flip that up and make it a lucky number. Under 13 bones. Let's see if the Victor can bring some thunder. Now, this wine I picked because, one, it's called Lengs and Cooter, and I just wanted to say the word Cooter. Number two, it's 2005, so it's got a little more bottle age. 14.5 alcohol content. $12.50. I've been a big fan of Lengs and Cooter for a long time. This is 90 points Robert Parker. So, that's got a lot of clout to it because he is the man in the wine world. And so, let's see what's going on here. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Great color again. I mean, just no issues with that ever out of Australia. Sniffy sniff time. The oak monster makes an opinion and an appearance. Wow, we have not seen him like this in a long time. I mean, he's coming out with makeup on and a dress, and he is just flaring everywhere. The oak monster is not being subtle in the Victor. Quite a bit of vanilla oak action. I mean, just a massive ho! Hacksaw Jim Duggan 2x4 being stuck in my mouth, and that wasn't enough, Mott. So we took the sticks from the other wine and stuck those directly in my mouth as well. Just enormous, actually up my nose, enormous amounts of oak coming through on here. I almost can't get through. I actually noticed matured in French and American oak barrels for 10 months, and you can feel it. Let's see what's going on here on the palate. I am concerned. Mott, come with me on this journey. Let's hold hands. I just don't like this style at all. There's people who like this, and that's great. Knock yourself out, and you should. Don't listen to me. Trust your own pal. That's great. Do it. And I'm trusting mine right now. I am not bowdy on anything to do with this much oak. And then it gets very... Though it's funny. Hold on one second. I got a little ahead of my... Hold on one sec. Oopsie. Yeah. I mean, there's a high level of, cassis on the back end, chocolate-covered cassis, dark chocolate-covered cassis with high cacao count, but still not doing it for me. Just way too much oak. As a matter of fact, I feel, full now. I feel, lethargic. When you might work out and you play tennis, you feel good, and you come home and eat a huge sundae for no reason. That's the feeling I have right now. I did it the other day. We're in San Diego for the Monday night game. We played tennis, me, AJ, and Alex, my brother-in-law, and I was eating a chocolate... one of the cookie sandwich ice cream things in the middle of matches. I was like, why did I do that? I was so lethargic the next match. Anyway, I'm not about this wine. There are plenty of people who are going to think this is an 88, 89, 90. No, 88, 89, 87 type point wine because they can handle the oak. I am not one of those characters. I'm going 81 Dustin Keller up in here on this wine, and I'm going to give it a major pass. And really, just the first wine brings thunder and will be part of the economy recommendation room. Ooh. Got some more work for the code guys. The other three, the prior two did solid jobs. This last one is just not my scene. But that is where I'm going with this. Told you about that. Other than that, I like this show. It had a good vibe. I was into this. I hope you enjoyed it. Pass it on. I want to do pass on, Wednesday? Pass on Wednesdays. Pass this on to as many different friends as you can. I'd love to get new Vaynerchuks. It's always a lot of fun. I have a great question of the day. And this is where you really can feel the community. And this would be a great time for a lot of lurkers to come out. What is the best $13 and under wine you've had in the last month? Help the other Vaynerchuks. Link it up. Let's share. Let's be together. Mix it up. Have a good time. Love your family. Drink new wines. You, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.